Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Jason here. Today we're going to over AMC. How AMC Thursday and Friday wasn't the best, but how I think this coming up week is going to be way better. If you could, make sure you guys hit the like button below. Not only does it help out the channel, but it also helps out this video. Also lets new people learn about AMC. If you're not a sub, make sure you guys hit the sub button. Remember, at 10K subs, we're going to be giving away some free AMC stocks over on the public app. Before we get into it real quick, if you're wondering what I'm using here, so charting system, I am using Webull. There's a link down in the description if you want to get 2 free stocks worth $1,800. You also want to get these tier 2 for 3 months, be my guest. As you can see here, obviously on Thursday and Friday, that wasn't the best days for AMC, but I don't think this is a long-term outlook for AMC right here. I just think these 2 days were down days on the market as a whole. Actually, on Friday, we fought hedges all day long. It was a very one of the most manipulated days that I've seen in a while in AMC. And this is why I think this coming up week, we'll see a lot more bullish outlook for AMC, and we'll see a more upward trend again. Obviously, on Friday, if we zoom in right here, you can see they had so many. They had so many. If you see this purple line right here, it's pretty much based out on that $14 area, the EMA 200s. And you can see this is right here. It's pretty much based out of that $14 area. And why we kept bouncing around between, let's say, $13.98 and $14, $14.02, then back down to 14, then to $13.98, then back up to 14, so on and so forth. The highest we got, obviously, was at $14.10, and that right there was coming off the 2 downs right here, right? If we go over here to the 1 minute, you can see it pretty clear. You see it pretty clear here. Obviously, when you had those options flush out, just like I called out on the stream and just like I called on the channel a couple times, we would see a W kind of shape on the witching day. And we'd see this W form, and then we'd come out of that in more of a bullish form. But that didn't happen, and the one reason why it didn't happen was because the hedges, they had some pretty crazy sell walls set up. They did not want us to get above 14 bucks. And even when we did get above $14 at 14 and 10 at one point, they shot us way down with massive sell orders. And obviously that sell order led off into a little sell-off with some paper-handed Andes in aftermarket they were thinking that the whole thing was going to crash out. You know, that's what happens with paper-handed Andes. They see a little bit of red and they get scared and they sell out. Just how it is. It's in every stock and not just AMC. Obviously, we've seen a little bit of an uprise at the end of the day. It ended at $13.59. But overall, I think this coming up week, we're going to see a good week in the market. Now, we have been going over, obviously, with the 10-year and the 5-year Treasury note yields being up so high right now, which is bringing down the market as a whole. I do think eventually we'll see those, the market and the Treasury yields and stuff like that kind of break away, and we'll see the market go a lot more green. That will also help out AMC in the long run as well. Again, if we pull back AMC a month from the month chart, look at this uphill trend. You can't deny the uphill trend. I don't care if your buddy says it's a dead cat, it's a dead stock. I mean, this last month tells me different. This right here is a bullish trend, onward and onward. Yeah, we had a little bit of a layoff here, right? We had one here as well. We had a longer one here as well. Do I think maybe this could last a couple more days? Yeah, it could definitely last a couple more days. Nobody knows what's going to happen here. We could see another barely rise on Monday. You know, we could see a little bit of a rise. Just get to like say $14 on Monday or $14.50 and just have like a little tiny rise here. $14.25 or something like that, and then the next day we get up to like say $14.80 or whatever. We can see it kind of go straight again to say around 14 bucks, and then $14.25 the next day, kind of along this more longer drawn out plateau here like we had right here, and then up. But I do think right now, from what I'm seeing in the trends, I think we'll see I'm still seeing a bullish trend on AMC. I don't see any difference between now than I did back. I did back on the 1st, or even back here when we started going back up on the 22nd. I don't see a different outlook right now. From all the technical stances I'm looking at, I don't see a bearish trend right now. Yeah, when you have such good growth, you have such big growth here, you have such big growth there, you usually have a pullback a little bit. We had big growth, had a little bit of pullback, had some more growth, and then we had a little bit pullback. But a lot of this pullback right here, this right here was the market as a whole pulling back. And then Friday, we've seen a lot of attacks from the hedge funds. So what is there to see there that doesn't let me see that this is still a more bullish trend we're having here? Like I called out, obviously on witching day would be the perfect day for the hedges to try to fool the markets, right? Because when you see these options flush out and you see the bullish trend up, this could have shot AMC above 15 bucks. Obviously, they're going to attack super hard that day. We've seen it coming. I called it out. I said if it's going to happen, it would be right then is when we would see that Friday. If that's the day they want to attack, that's the day they should attack, because that's the day that they could have the biggest effect on the stock. Now we pull up these options really quick. What do you see here? You see a lot of people already very confident in the 14 and in the $15, $16 area right here, right? You see a lot more people that are there. Obviously, even in the $20 area, you got another 7,637 right there. Obviously, a lot of people were betting on last week. There was a good catalyst there, right? Good catalyst always set up for great options and people buying into options. I expect those options right there we just looked at to fill back up this coming up week. Again, with more people being bullish on the stock. Again, is it okay for people to get a little down when we have some downturns in the market? Yeah, people do that. People play on emotion. That's just how it is. I don't see any difference there than when we're riding up and you have a lot of people going crazy and hype. People are playing on emotions, just like when we have some plateaus or a little bit of a down area. People get a little sad about it and get a little, you get a little too down on yourself. That's just human nature. It's okay. You might see a little bit of hate threads here and there. That's fine. That's just how it's going to be. Then want to bring into this read real quick. It kind of goes over again on the 19th and why you shouldn't be so down about it. It says a couple of obvious points early on. There was a coordinated effort to drop the stock price below $13 a share. That failed because the amount of buying pressure that was put on the dive down in price, which is true. We had a good buying pressure on Friday. Even though you didn't see a lot of big pop in the price point, we still had a lot of good buying pressure. By 10 a.m., it was apparent that the stock was not dropping below $13.50 a share, and the line was drawn at $14, which is what we just went over. By what appears to have been a massive coordinated effort by several investment firms, as an avid watcher of the level 2s and 3s, with the regard to the stocks I have interest in, which we go over those a lot in the broadcast, because I broadcast every day of the market. So if you guys want to see some live streams, make sure you guys hit that sub button below and hit the little bell notification. This is the first and only time I can recall seeing 8 to 10 market makers all in unison controlling the ask price of a ticker. Like a professional dance company, all of them moved in unison on the ask. Up a penny, down a half a penny, etc., all within milliseconds of each other. The dance continued for hours on end, never allowing the price to run up. And I know some of you guys are thinking, hey, why does the SEC do anything? One, it's hard for the SEC to prove these things are actually happening. And they're computer algorithms that are doing this. These are computers that buy and sell back and forth. This isn't human people. This isn't us. This is algorithms that are trading back and forth. I don't know if a lot of people really get that, but remember, this is computers going back and forth here. At close, the market makers all hit the bid with over 40 million shares. My question, did all these shares come from him, or did they all go on the bid? We will never be able to prove any illegal activity, regardless of what's happening at the end of the day yesterday, aka Friday. The SEC sure isn't going to look into anything. Remember, it is all hedge funds that are accusing us of manipulation of the stock price, which is not true at all, because we all love the stock. And I love the company. Been going to theaters, since a young age, really, right? We've been going through theaters for a long time. I've been doing the same thing. So what is the read into everything? Well, first and foremost, it was an act of desperation by the hedge funds. I mean, remember, the hedge funds, the suits, they control the markets. Retail investors don't control the markets. We don't control the market. Now, let's be honest, man. These are the guys that are throwing around billions of dollars. And that's billions with a B over and over and over again. They're making billions of dollars. They pretty much announced to the world they know they are screwed on this one and no longer care what tactics they use in their effort to minimize their upcoming losses. Second, as all those shares were being sold between $13.90 and $14.02, how many are now in the hands of apes? That's true too. You got a lot of people buying those shares up. Of those, how many are real shares and how many are naked shares? Will they need to add to the piles of failure to deliver shares? Naked shares and other over 187,000 call options that expired ITIM in the money yesterday. In a nutshell, I think they dug a deeper hole, and it's going to be hard to climb out of. I agree with that, right? I do agree with that. again, these hedges, they don't care. Again, they pay a couple $1 million for doing these naked shares. A couple $1 million compared to billions of dollars is nothing to them. Now more than ever, I am determined to keep buying and will not sell one share until these hedge funds start to cover all their misdeeds. It's coming. They're going to delay it as long as possible, which they will. Again, they'll spend a lot of money just trying to delay it. And at the end of the day, it could work, right? These things could work. That's the reason why they do that. If they didn't think it could work, they wouldn't do it. But you know, we're big-headed people, and we don't sell. At least I haven't sold. They trying to spread fear as a massive drop in price, trying to get current investors to become impatient and sell. That's the thing, though. You know, when you get a bunch of new investors, a lot of people do come impatient. They don't really know. But I do think a lot of people out there right now are just going to hold and they don't care. At this point, I feel like if you've been in the stock since January, like I have, or even since December, you're probably not going to sell. Like, why would you sell now? Especially when you know this price is going to go up after when recovery starts happening. Trying to divide the shareholders into groups that will intend to attack separately. They will attack the first group, those who think they'll sell at $30 a share. Then they will go after the next group at $50 a share, and so on and so forth. Now, what this poster is trying to get at is, hey, look, these hedge funds, man, they're smart, right? They're smart. They know what they're doing. They don't care if they manipulate the markets. They do it all the time. They've been doing it for a very long time. Was that going to stop them from continue to try to manipulate it? No, because they don't care. They're just going to continue to manipulate this price point. They're going to try to. Again, do I think we're going to continue to go up? Yes. Do I think we'll have some snags in there? Yes. Is that reason to cause alarm and get scared and, like, you know, start going nuts? No. Will there be people who get scared and sell? Yes. That is just part of the process, right? In any stock, it doesn't matter if it's AMC or if you're a long-term play on whatever stock it is. I think that's a thing the hedge funds do. They play the mind games. And a lot of times they do win sometimes, right? And that's how they make money. They wouldn't be profitable businesses. They wouldn't be making billions of dollars every year if they weren't good at it, what they do. But I'm going to leave that at that. Like I said, again, we're still in a bullish trend here. So don't get scared, right? I wouldn't be scared about it. We're still in a bullish trend here. You know, it's your money. You do what you want to do with it, though. I can't tell you what to do with your money. If you like this video, make sure you guys hit the like button below. Make sure you guys hit that sub button. Also, there's a Discord link in the description. You guys want to be part of our Discord community, there's a Discord link down below. Hit that link. And there's also a Patreon. We just had our Patreon stream yesterday. I have another Patreon stream this week. If you guys want to be a part of the Patreon private streams and learn about different things and ask me questions on things, hey, there's a Patreon link down below. I'll see you guys on the next video.